Sometimes I wish we could just shut down our healthcare system, but if we do that, there are a lot of people in the hospital that really need the attention. Sometimes our nurses, our medical practitioners are so negligent in their line of duty. Somebody is in a hot situation, somebody is in a messy situation, somebody is in a critical situation, and instead of you to administer the first proper aid for the person to even be alive, to put the person back to life, and you are busy asking for a means of identification. What has identification got to do with an asthmatic patient? This is a really sad news, and it really needs the state government or the federal government to sanction the people on duty, sanction the health offices of health officials on duty. Protest trail death of popular Port Harcourt blogger. Yes, the death of the popular Port Harcourt-based social media influencer and blogger Michael Odeyemi, A.K.A. Yemitheplug, at the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital (UPTH) on Tuesday led to protests over allegations that he was not given the proper medical attention. A group of angry youths on Tuesday blocked the entrance gate of the UPTH, protesting over death of Odeyemi. The angry youth alleged that Odeyemi, who is an asthmatic patient, died due to alleged negligence of the nurses on duty at the accident and emergency ward of the hospital. According to the angry youth, who are said to be students, the popular blogger, who was asthmatic, had a crisis and was rushed to the accident and emergency ward at about 4 a.m., but he was not attended due to lack of oxygen. The protesting youth said they came to the hospital for management to explain to them how their friend, who was rushed to the hospital alive at about 4 a.m., at about 6 a.m. that same day. One angry student said the nurses refused to attend to the blogger until they were told that he was on the son of one of the hospital staff, but at that time it was late. In an online tribute, Felix, one of the friends, said Michael Odeyemi, who is popularly known as Yemi or Yemitheplug, was confirmed dead earlier hours of today by the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital after he was rushed to the hospital by neighbors of his apartment. He said to be struggling with asthmatic attack and was immediately rushed to the hospital for proper care, but according to reports, he was left unattended until he was confirmed dead. Eyewitnesses claimed the nurse on duty was asking for an identity card instead of taking care of the emergency at hand. Yemi, who was well known and loved by even celebrities like Belash Muda, James Brown, Mr. Fonny, Don Jazzy, etc., had left a big hole in the heart of so many people. Reacting to the incident, the chairman of the Medical Advisory Committee (UPTH), Professor Lucky Onotai, said that the report he got from the head of the nursing unit was that the patient was brought into the accident and emergency ward of the hospital died. The report was that the student had an asthmatic attack in his lodge. He tried to apply inhaler, which did not work, and before he was rushed to the hospital, he was already dead. As it is procedure in an apex hospital like ours, a panel will be set to investigate the circumstances surrounding the death of the patient. There will not be any cover-up. Our correspondent learned that the management of the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital has set up a panel to probe the cause of Yemi's death. However, students of the institutions complained that they have lost fellow students due to delays based on insistence of the nurses on duty that a certain ID card of the patient, which will ascertain the amount of money that must be deposited before treatment are being administered. And then I'm wondering whether life does not matter. Life first before any other thing. Definitely they are going to pay the money. You just have to administer treatment, proper medication, because truly if this young man was to be abroad, he couldn't have experienced this. He wouldn't have died this way. I said what I'm saying because our medical system really need to be looked at. They have to do an overhauling. And thank God that this is a public hospital. This is a federal hospital. It is not owned by the private, so that you will not say privates are being neglected. This is a public hospital, for Christ's sake, that life has to be mattered. And then look at what they are doing. Look at how they call this young man's life. Just like that, may his soul and the soul of all the faithful departed rest in peace through the mercy of God. Rest in peace. And I hope that this ugly incident do not repeat itself again. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please kindly like this video, subscribe, and share to your loved ones so that they will know what is happening, and then create an awareness so that next time it is not a second repeat is